Hi, I'm Ross Cook with the Center of Balance and Effective Communication. Tonight we're going to talk about a construct, a big important thing in transformation and change. It's an old Hawaiian term that is e-a-lua. And it's not the ulua that we see in the fish and the ancestral, passing forward of information. That we'll talk about that another time. What we're talking about tonight is a major construct that is really critical, and I invite you to think about this somewhat differently as you go forward and look at change in your life and change in general in the world. E-a-lua. E-a-lua means to simultaneously crumble something away, like break something away, and make room, and equally manifest something by holding lightly to it, much as you might hold on to, a little bird or a hummingbird in your hand, a butterfly, something like that. Critically important to have both elements of this work simultaneously. Now, the Hawaiians used to just be stunned and amazed that a priest or a minister would be walking around and something would happen and they would instantly start praying. Because the ancient Hawaiians, believed that this was a complete energy-based world. So they believed that you have to base and build up a lot of energy, and you have to know where it is, and it's called mana to them. And they would say, I have three selves, a mid-self, a low-self, and a high-self. And they would say, I would start in my mid-self, and I would ramp up a bunch of mana. I would send it to my low-self, and then blast it up to my high-self in order if I were going to make any changes or manifestations or connections in my life. Okay, vitally important. Okay, so the mana and the energy of change, it takes energy to change. And at the Center for Balance and Effective Communication, we generally go to stressful events or limits, capture that energy and bring it forward and invest it in something positive and unlimited in our life. So that's why we're talking about you have to break something away and crumble something away to make room. Because quite frankly, energy-wise, you're full. You have enough energy to make all the changes you want, but all the energy is already invested in something. So we're going to have to build up a lot of energy, send it from our mid-self to our low self, and then up to our high self. Here's news about manifestation. Your high self is asleep most of the time. You already know what kind of food you like. You know how you like to go to bed. You like the same kind of friends. You spend time similarly again and again and again in your world. Okay? So you have to wake up your high self. You have to wake it up, and the way you do that is with energy. Otherwise, it's just going to filter similarly to what it's filtered before. Plain and simple. So if you're going to make changes, you have to first crumble away, and then you have to manifest a new idea, something that is going to come into an area that you are making room for. Now, so crumbling away is a pretty simple idea. That's a role, that's a history, a way you've done it before, birth order. Somebody didn't like me and I still hold that grudge. All that stuff. You have to crumble something away in order to make room for a new manifestation. Now, in the new manifestation world, you're going to hold it lightly and it will appear, but I can guarantee you this, it's going to appear differently than you think it's going to. It's going to come in at a different vibration because there's a lot more possibility in the world than we tend to think of it. So we're going to hold lightly to a construct, and then the universe is going to dock up to it and bring that into our life. And it'll bring it into our life as much as we've broken away other ideas and made room for it. Plain and simple. You can go to Ernest Holmes, and he would say that we have inventions of ourselves. We've created these inventions. We came in pure, much as the Hawaiians said in Ho'oponopono. They would say we've come in magnificently pure and ready, and then we build up inventions of who we are, roles, situations like that, and then we believe the inventions, Ernest Holmes used to say, and then eventually we lose sight, or we've covered up the purity and the wonder of ourselves. Okay? So it's a crumbling away and a manifestation. Lastly, it's critically important, and it's easier to manifest if you have a great idea. And by a great idea, I don't mean a linear idea. I mean an idea that is pure in its benefit to the world and to yourself and to whomever you're attempting to help. Someone who needs help, they can't manifest their own house, they can't get a house, but they've done nothing but good works all their life to help people, and then you go out and attempt to help that person. That's a pure idea and manifestation, and it's easier for the world of goodness to dock up to that idea than I just want a red Corvette by Tuesday. It's a lot easier for that thing to dock up to me on the more purity, the bigger idea, and the idea that's not that linear. Okay, and we get taught. You visualize it, you create it. No. The universe has a bigger idea. Dream bigger. Dream more open to the possibilities of the universe. All right, does that make sense? So, you have to crumble stuff away. You have to manifest it. It helps the more pure your idea. So it's okay to spend time deciding what you want and holding the idea, but not holding too tightly. If you got here today by being open and wondrous, why today would you grab? Don't grab in your ideas. Just hold open in your manifestation. It's in your highest and best good to connect to the infinite of the universe. This really works. This really works. E'elua absolutely works in this universe. You have to make room for the wonder that's about to come into your life. I'm Ross Cook with the Center of Balance and Effective Communication. I hope you have a great day. I love you and that you love and all those that you love. And we'll be visiting again soon. Jomo.